The internet has slowly become just a big infomercial cesspool, and I'm not happy about it at all. This is just me publicly bitching. I'm in no way trying to change anybody's perspective of the internet. I just need to get this off my chest, honestly, because I miss what the internet used to be. And the internet was at its peak, in my opinion, from like 2010, maybe 2009 to 2016. That was like, I've not experienced joy since that time. There was just enough information for like there to be content and like stuff to entertain yourself with on the internet. Enough advancements where it was like the internet was like a convenience and like a tool. But now everything feels like a commercial, and it's very upsetting. There's like no human element. In this time period, there seemed to be. So let me just break this up in like 3 parts. Part 1 is that everything is an ad. That's been my biggest problem ultimately with social media and just the premise of this video. You don't need me to tell you that doom scrolling is bad. What makes it so much worse are the transmissions from the algorithmic void giving you ads like every 2 scrolls. Like the doom scrolling isn't even worth it at this point because you're just being fed ad after ad from no one. Like it's just like the app itself. I think TikTok has it too. And honestly, I had like a revelation with getting ads every 2 scrolls, 2 or 3 scrolls, that I just gave up on Instagram. I had already deleted TikTok years ago. Like I've been 3 years clean off of TikTok and I only had Instagram left. But I don't even have that app on my phone anymore because it's not worth it. Not only that, but every content creator is fueled by sponsorship of some kind, which I can understand that to an extent. If this is their career, then like, okay, which most people want it to be their career. A lot of people want to be in this safe little cocoon of filming a video and making money from it from their house and just kind of living the life and living large. So of course you're going to accept certain sponsorships. But what makes it feel less human is, I guess, the variety of which, do these sponsorships actually pertain to this creator's interests, or is it just a way of them kind of making money kind of quickly? Which kind of leads me to my next point, is the question of authenticity. Freaking Dakota Johnson said that she loved limes on that on that house tour that she did, and everyone fucking believed her until she said that she doesn't actually love limes like that, which, that's funny. Like, it's not even an ad for limes at any point. But I guess like what I'm trying to get at is, how can we be sure that the content that we're receiving is truly how this person is at their core? It kind of makes you question, like, is this how they want to be perceived? This is where the rise of like performative blank comes in. Performative reading, performative male, performative female, whatever the fuck. Do we value an aesthetic over core values in conversation? I think there's Nina Montagnier did a video about quick beauty versus long beauty. It might have a different title, and I think she read about this in a book, but it kind of explores the difference of quick beauty, which is like, a flower, something beautiful, something like inadvertently beautiful that you can just see and you're like, wow, that's really pretty and it's just eye candy, versus the beauty of getting to know something or someone, or there's more depth with long beauty. It could be something like a piece of garbage, but knowing the history behind it or who it belonged to is what makes it beautiful. The 2010s felt authentic and it felt like human because there wasn't really an existence of a subcategorized aesthetic. there obviously was like, you have your jocks, you have your preps, you have your goths, nerds, like kind of bigger umbrellas for personality types, I suppose. But I think that kind of ceased to exist during Tumblr. I mean, actually, while I was like reading over my notes for this video, I kind of realized I'm like, maybe Tumblr actually wasn't all that, and it was the root of all evil, and it's why I'm complaining right now. Tumblr used to be a tool to make connections with people and to find ways, or it was a way to discover new media, so film, literature, music, etc. As the years progressed and more people like got on it, there was a term for this knowledge of like underground media, and that was hipster. You were a hipster if you were on Tumblr. You were just a Tumblr girl. That later progressed to American Apparel girl. It kind of have over the years transformed into what we now see as like clean girl aesthetic or cool girl aesthetic. Ultimately, it leads you to making a purchase to personify it, to personify this personality. Did you actually want that thing, like these sunglasses or that lip gloss or that hair clip, because you truly at your core wanted to? Or did someone online convince you that it was cool and that it was something that you needed to achieve this personality? And then capitalism wins again, which granted, I mean, I'm not here to hate on capitalism, but I just hate it when it sneaks up on me. Like, that's really fucked up. And granted, of course, not really a way of testing authenticity without the matter of time. It's not like we can predict or tell the future that this person's persona is going to stay the same. I think like a good example of this is Jack Black. Because he came onto the scene, I suppose, like guns blazing, and he was just so crazy. But, I'm sure people at the time, at the start of his career, thought that he was just doing the most and that he was just trying to get people's attention. But that's truly who he is. Like, we see him now acting exactly the same as he used to 10 years ago, which I think is funny. And I appreciate that, actually, from Jack Black. There's also a question that I, would love to discuss with everybody that watches this video is, what's the difference of being influenced by an influencer, someone online, versus being influenced by like a writer or a visual artist or a film director or an actor? Is there a difference? And if there is a difference, then like what makes one more valuable than the other? My final point is that technology is not the enemy, the algorithm is. This is not like me being a boomer. This is not a boomer-esque tragedy. I love the internet, and I love like all the things that I've learned through the internet, all the connections that I've made through the internet, and especially again during this period of 2010 to 2016, loved that time because it was just an influx of new knowledge, and I loved that like so much. I wouldn't have discovered half of the music that I like today if it weren't for Tumblr or for like YouTube suggested videos. So I love the internet. It was also nice too because you would consume this new media, like you would discover these new things, and then you would go to school the next day and tell your friends about it and share like new links or share new profiles of accounts that you liked or movies that you found that you think your friend would like. And then it was just a cycle of that. You would go home, you would look up whatever your friend told you to look up, and it was really fun. It felt like very human. I think, in my opinion, the problem that we see now is the combination of our phones and the algorithm. So like, what do I mean by that? Obviously your phone is a tool, and it's a great tool. This is fabulous for a GPS. You can call people, obviously you can message people. I can make sure that my loved ones are okay. You can look at a camera and make sure no one's breaking into your house. Like, this is a great advancement. I know I am not the only person that has been taking a shit and I put my phone down for a second to wipe my ass, and the video just so happens to land on like a fishing video, and now all of a sudden I'm getting an influx of fishing videos. what? Or if like someone sends you a really shitty meme that you hate and you don't think is funny at all, because now you've looked at it, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the same kind of content for like the days to come until your phone finds something else to feed you. So this combination of this really handy tool with such a stupid technological software makes me want to die. I, along with I think many others, are no longer finding it fun with this algorithm. Like, social media is not fun anymore. With the algorithm constantly feeding us new information that we may or may not give a fuck about, which of course leads us to doom scrolling. Someone somewhere knew that this would be something that our brains would spend endless hours doing. Like, someone knew that this is an experiment. This feels like a human experiment, until we just became like okay with it, and like no one's batting an eye anymore, until we became even okay with just receiving ads. We're being forced into this window shopping of just random shit, and now it's kind of leading us into this new era of like analog hobbies to do rather than doom scrolling. Like, this is on the rise now. I keep getting videos myself of, you know, things to do besides doom scrolling, which, by the way, it's all fun and games, but it's still ultimately a way to get you to buy something, which, whatever, that's a whole other video that I will probably make at one point. During the 2010s, I was thinking, you know, when you think about it, during the 2010s, not much has changed in the sense that we were still scrolling for hours, pages and pages of stuff that, again, you may or may not give a fuck about. I feel like there's more of a liberty to choose what you received, obviously, because you chose to follow accounts that showed you things that you wanted to see. But the act of scrolling has never, that's not new. That's not something new that we're seeing now. But I think the difference, like the key difference that makes all the difference, is scrolling on a computer versus scrolling on your phone. And that's where I like say that the combination of the two is what makes us want to die. When you're at your computer sitting at a desk, like, it feels like work. It's like a physical thing because you're sitting in one place, in this one designated place, to stare at a screen. Our backs start to hurt. Our asses start to hurt. We get hungry. We need to take a shower. We need to go to the bathroom. And then we have to remove ourselves from being in front of the screen to do these things. With phones, there is no break. You're taking your phone to the kitchen with you to play a video while you make your lunch or while you're eating your lunch. You're sitting on the toilet looking at your phone. You're going to bed with your phone. There's no break. There's no separation or boundary. And this is an addictive pattern that all first world countries have succumbed to. I'm not free of it. I do it all the time. I'm trying not to, but I'm the first one that's going to be on the toilet with my phone. And I think this is like what's destroying enrichment. I think it's still possible to engage with friends and send funny memes or interesting videos, because that's still a human connection, but it makes it a little bit more special when it's designated to one place, which is a computer, versus your phone. Then it's not really special anymore and it's not fun anymore. I've started to get on social media from the computer, and it honestly feels like sending a carrier pigeon, but it makes the acts feel a little bit more intentional when I talk to my friends or if I'm engaging with somebody online. It's like vaping instead of smoking, kind of. Not really. My ending thoughts are that ultimately ads have existed since even before the internet existed. So my gripe isn't with the ads themselves, but it's the infestation of them in something that is supposed to be nice and fun. Social media and blog sites and YouTube were once a place to escape from the world and study things that interest us. And now it just feels like we're being force-fed the media that we're conditioned to thinking that we like just to buy more things. I know I sound like I'm wearing a tin hat by saying this, but whatever, this is just how I feel. And as I get older, this is just how I think now. And maybe I only think this because I'm older and I look back very fondly during this time, and it's a happy memory that I have being online during this era. So now I just feel like it's tainted. But yeah, maybe I'm just nostalgic for what the internet once was. That's all I have to say, really, about this. I just needed to rant. I just needed to get this off my chest. And by the way, since I've been off Instagram, like at least Instagram on my phone, because I still go on the computer, like I said, I feel great. And it feels really nice to kind of be a person and to form my own opinion. But yeah, let me know in the comments, whoever watches this, whether it's just like my friends or whoever, what you think about this. Do you disagree? Do you think there's nothing wrong with the algorithm? Do you think you've actually discovered a lot of new things through the algorithm? I would love to know. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.